Welcome to Behind the Bar podcast, brought to you by Ross Thompson, Dan Breen and Sarah Thompson.
I'm surprised you didn't accidentally call us Purvis there.
I did just call that Purvis in the car.
Believe it or not, I've still got hope in my phone saved as Hope Story. I've just never changed it in the last 10 years.
Well, yeah, what are you called? I think you're actually Dan Breen, but everybody else after that is like coach or PT, like...
Luke PT.
Luke PT new because he changed his number. Because he changed his number, and like I think Joe's like Joe Coach, Matty
It's
Coach,
Joe Fitness.
Joe Fitness, yeah. Matty PT, Josh Coach, Leah Coach. So that's how them are saved in.
My phone's got no personality.
Sarah Hart.
My phone's got no personality. Like I've only just got my first ever cover picture. Like, otherwise it's just, you know, like the background that just comes with it.
Yeah, what is it?
The niece and nephew. Just because his little fat head makes us smile.
It's mine? Mine's me and you.
Mine's wedding picture, I think. Yeah.
That's
I am a robot.
Days, I need to change it. I need to put the band on.
So basically what's happened in the last couple of months since our last one, Villa. Oh, actually, before that, it was the shoot.
Did the shoot first.
How many? 19, 18, 19?
It was a big one, wasn't it?
It was a big one. It was,
definitely lost a few strands of hair that day, didn't we?
we did. Not that we've got many between us, yeah. You do have hair, though.
I do, actually, for now.
Yeah, you do have hair. Do you actually? Oh, you're not growing it, are you?
No, I meant like it's not starting to, I'm not starting to bald.
The monkey's arse.
I don't think I ever would, to be honest. Everyone, my dad's still got a decent enough head of hair.
He does, doesn't
My
he?
granddad's did, yeah. I think I'm all right.
Yeah, so that one went well. You took the posing.
I did.
How was that, darling?
It's like fucking being chucked in the deep end, not being able to swim.
You appreciated it, though. You did appreciate it. Like the members were buzzing with you doing that.
I did all right. Obviously, it's like everything when you do it the first time, there's going to be things that I need to improve on, but I quite enjoyed it. And I'll just improve it over time. It's like you with your photography. You get better every time you do it.
That was the first group shoot we did, wasn't it? For me and you.
Was it?
It was a very big one.
You were done another one. We did a solo one.
We did Andrew solo, we did Mark solo, we did Kiva solo. Group we did at the start of January, so everybody who was doing we did
like a pre-shoot.
Like a pre-shoot for that one.
Did pretty well, really, considering going in 18 people on your first ever shoot.
Yeah. For a group shoot.
Did alright, really?
I definitely passed out at the end of that day.
After you'd been on your computer.
After I'd been.
Thing is though, like I'm like that because when you get home, your adrenaline's too high. So, as I say to Hope, like you might as well just leave us for a few hours to do this, and then we'll do something tomorrow because I'm not good for anything else because my head's just not going to be in it. My head's here, so it's just like I might as well just use that hyper focus and adrenaline to do something productive now, than trying to force myself to do something I don't want to do.
Yeah, and because obviously where we are newer to taking the photos, so we have been doing it for a long time now, but we're still taking more than what we should. So like at the end of that day, it's a lot to shift through, but it's getting better.
Get snap happy.
And then obviously the Villa, with all of those members who came away, you were there the entire time.
I was there the entire time.
I know, I'm putting that into perspective because of Dan only being there for the second half.
Yeah, so I was there for both groups, and it was just class. It was class. They were both good groups. It was mint. The Villa was mint. Like obviously, historically, we've only done 2 others, but both times. Third Villa, both times previously were in Marbella. I just feel like there was a different vibe. I feel like this time because the Villa was set away, it wasn't like half of them weren't saying like, let's get into town and get wrecked. It was like everyone was kind of brought together, and there was the nice little caverns where we could go and have our meals on the night. We had the tent outside so we could do our quizzes and stuff like that. It was just everyone was together and it was nice. It was just nice. It was good vibes.
Yeah, location, but like where we've done the 3, this time it was like everyone had their own rooms, everyone had their own bathrooms. Location wise, obviously beautiful scenery everywhere, like just looking out, it was amazing in the morning, like to look out on. It had every single thing you needed. Like you said, just off where it was what, 5-minute walk? 5-6-minute walk to a mini market and the first restaurant where people could have breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever else. And then there was another restaurant just in town. But then that was pretty much it, just where it was.
Yeah, because it was Durrani, which is outside of Rhythmno, but then it was still only half an hour in a taxi to Rhythmno.
15 minutes.
15 minutes
yeah.
in a taxi. What did I say, half an hour?
Half an hour, yeah.
I'm in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Half an hour then back.
Yeah.
In a taxi to Rhythmno, so obviously the day where everyone went out, they went out for the day to Rhythmno, but then they were like back for everyone to have the tea and stuff together.
Yeah, because when you do go to a villa, you want to enjoy the villa.
Yeah.
It's not like you need to be going, like when you're on a holiday in a hotel, you want to be going obviously out all the time, but you want to be enjoying the villa, but you want to have that, like it was nice to have that bit there, because when we did the Marbella ones, it was a trek to get into anywhere, even though you were built up around a load of other villas, there wasn't anything else there.
Yeah, and you had to get a taxi into Marbella.
Yeah.
Or trek straight across the golf course.
Oh yeah, trek straight across the golf course. But it, like I found this one, like, and it sort of spoiled it for us in a way, because everything was perfect to do the next one of, like, I haven't even properly looked yet. I had a glance when we were on our way back from the last one, but I haven't looked yet because I don't think we're gonna, what matched everything what we needed.
Mm-hmm.
And the photos turned out fucking brilliant as well. Yeah.
It's that hard thing of, do you want to do the same again because of how perfect it was? But then you sort of like,
It might not be.
do you feel like you tried, like that's the thing, if it then, you then have something to live up to type thing, it's...
You're chasing nostalgia.
Yeah, it's a weird sort of thing. It's like when you go back somewhere, you've been on a mint holiday,
Yeah.
and it's just,
And it's not the
never
same.
quite the same as that first holiday. It's a tricky one.
Well, I said the other day, I quite like the idea of doing a long weekend, beginning of the year, and then a long weekend, like end of summer, potentially, rather than like a long
Yeah.
stint.
But I've told her, like, that's 2 sets of flights for the staff. So that's the cost up. Like,
Yeah, but I'm sure like people would pay for their own flights.
no, for us,
No, but I'm saying, I'm sure like, for you two.
for all the staff, and we'd be paying out their back one trip, their back another. When
Like, see, I'm sure staff would pay for their own flights.
we don't. But yeah, that's one of, like, it's because if you don't know how we did it, was like we were there 8 days and we took one group out for 4 days and we took another group out for 4 days. So me and Sarah stayed the entire 8 days. Dan came out on the second half where there was a few more people, so he could bring out the members there, and
Jamie.
Jamie obviously stayed the entire time, which was, I mean, what an added bonus.
That
Jamie
proper
was.
leveled it up for everyone, I think, for an experience.
Yeah.
Like for the lasses, like apart from maybe it's like your wedding or like a close family member's wedding, how often do you get like properly like done up and like
Styled,
Yeah, like
yeah.
do you know what I mean? It's not something you do regularly, is it?
No, so that was like, so Jamie, he was on the podcast before. He came over as, it was originally to be posing, wasn't it? Help out with the posing and all the rest of it, but he was saying, I'm going to take the styling stuff away, the products they've like let us, they pay for me extra cases for us. And yeah, and he grafted, and he grafted, and yeah, it was a huge bonus. So if, I don't know what his Instagram handle is, but get involved.
Ruddy Marvellous.
Ruddy Marvellous.
Ruddy Marvellous, there we go. Get involved with him if you want your hairstyling. I did it.
Still couldn't do now for me though, could he?
No, he couldn't do now for me neither.
No, that was a nice added touch, I think. That was really good. But I think the thing that we did last year was obviously, we did it early. We booked it early. People had like a year. I don't think we should do that this time. I think that gave people a massive false sense of security.
It was, 11 month sign up.
Plus, I think it's just too much can change.
Yeah.
Like a year in somebody's life can like do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The amount that can change in that amount of time, it's so hard to commit to something
Yeah.
that far in advance, isn't it?
But most of them did. Most of them,
Oh, yeah,
most of them followed it all through. But yeah, I'm scared to look, in a sense of like,
How do you top it?
how do you top it? Because what I did say though is if it was because a lot of them wants to go back, a lot of them want to come back to the Villa, which they do. Obviously, we've got a few of them who's been to all three. But if it was a group of people who had never been, I would probably take them to that Villa for that experience, because we know our footing there. Like, so we could give that even better, because we found our feet come the second one where we knew the room situate, like how like the layout of the place. So yeah, I think that I'd happily do that again, but obviously it would have to be people who's never been. Because even if there was one person who'd been to the one before and came to that one, they'd be like, oh, well, we did this and we did that and we did this, and it was it was better, or blah, blah, blah.
There's always a slight
blah.
element with that with Marbella when we'd been twice.
Yes,
Do you know what
yeah.
I mean? It's like that, always that thing of like, going back last year, aren't you?
And they were quite, and I suppose the Marbella villas were like sort of similar in a way of, it's Marbella.
Yeah.
It's trying to be that like little flashy where this was Greece in Crete.
I love Greece, you know. Like the culture, everything, like Marbella does now for me in the sense of like, it's all just superficial shit.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather go and see like a proper little quaint old-fashioned Cretan restaurant with like local food and beer and
exactly
stuff
what it was.
than someone's £300,000 yacht. It's like, all right, great. There's a Lamborghini. It's like, you didn't feel like you were like, there's no culture there.
Yeah.
Whereas I like when you go on holiday, I like to feel like I've seen some of the destination. I like the culture and the history, and like actually like you've been somewhere that you've seen it. Whereas I didn't get that in Marbella. It's all very superficial, isn't it? And just new and manufactured. Yeah,
and we did get that experience. I mean, we're probably three old souls in that respect. I mean, we're probably the youngest. You were the youngest there.
Yeah, would have been.
Yeah, you'd have been, apart from Castor.
It's getting close. I'm starting to pass over now. I'm getting clients younger than us.
Yeah, so it's that. And obviously the people who we do work with, where we've said it before, like the average age of people who came to that villa was like 45 plus. So average, obviously, the youngest was 35, Yasmin, and oldest 66, Gary. So it's like, but averaged out across all those 18, 19 people, it was 45-year-old, like the thing. So it's like, for that and for how much they were buzzing as well with that Cretan. How do Cretan?
Cretan. I think I'm called Cretans.
Life, because it is like just the restaurants and everything was just so welcoming, and I mean, dishing out the raki like it was on a tap in a shop.
Going for the meals was a mint thing, because like last time, obviously me and you trying to bloody make spaghetti bolognese after drinking all day, and you just start, it's just fucking stressing.
It is. It adds to it.
You know, but then if we're doing that, then you're not being with people either.
Yeah.
Whereas if you can all sit down and actually experience a meal together, it's such a nice bonding moment.
I found a mint one in Morocco, in Marrakesh. Like, it looks unreal, right? But you actually get like there's two basically like live-in people, and they make you like all your food while you're there.
I think
the only thing is, one of the rooms it's got two bunk beds, and it was like, oh, fucking hate where I'm going to go for that. but it's like,
I think though, like going somewhere like that would be mint, because you're going to the pictures are going to look different.
Yes,
because it's going to be a very different culture, and like Jamie had a proper word for it, and I can't remember what it was. For like that, like the reds and the sandy colours and like all them sorts of the stylistic what you associate with like them sorts of places. I can't remember what the word was.
Like Marrakesh, Montenegro. I'm fucking desperate to get back to Croatia, but that'll happen.
I think they're going to book that next year. like our holiday.
Yeah, I think I'm going to, so that's why I need to be careful about the dates for the villa so that we can actually get to Croatia when the weather's nice.
That was the best sunset we'd ever had,
May.
wasn't it?
So I need to decide.
Was it the best sunset?
Yeah, I said that was my favourite sunset. My favourite sunset is Croatia. I know Ibiza Mambos is the thing, but Croatian sunset was fucking unreal.
I'd assume though, if you were like somewhere like Morocco, Marrakesh would be hotter earlier in the year, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So we could go somewhere like that in the April.
Can't
do like that.
Benidorm trip.
I do like the look of Marrakesh. Like.
Fucking if you have to change your Benidorm trip, you change your Benidorm trip. I've literally lost me 2 weeks April holidays for the last 2 years. This year, obviously, we went in the May holiday. In fact, no, we didn't. I took Casper out of school.
Working trip though, darling.
Well, I know it was a working trip.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Need to figure it out.
Thing is though, like for a chat, like this is where schools get it so far wrong with the holiday stuff. Yes, if you've got your kid off all the time, but like I don't think I've ever spoke to a parent who doesn't say like how much of a change they see in the kids like after a holiday. I know my mum and dad always used to say when we were kids, like you'd come back like a bit different after you've been on your summer holiday. Like you'd be a bit more confident about your shell, and like it just brings them on so much compared to like that week in school where what are you doing in a week? What are you missing? Unless it's an exam or something, that 1 week or that where you're on holiday with your family, actually spending quality time together and experiencing a different culture, is a far greater asset to them as they go through life than 1 week in school.
So much life like we've always said this, like what they get in that week, especially 2 weeks or whatever, 2 weeks, like life experience, what they get, like the socializing, because they just run up to each other and just start playing. And then it's like they've made a best mate, and it's like, I want to be out, I want to be in the pool. It's like you can leave like Castor in the pool. Like now, obviously he's a good swimmer in that now, and I mean he's still 6, but he's just fine, and he could just swim and swim and swim and swim and swim, and it's not like they're away from all the phones and all the rest of it. They're forced to do that, but then they're trying new foods in restaurants, and they're just talking to all these different people. And for us especially, like,
I mean, we did for a while just do the usual pool holiday because it was easier because of his age, but like obviously this year he's been to Italy, like all the different restaurants, and like going sightseeing, going to Pompeii and stuff like that. Like that's like how you learn something.
The whole the between 0 and 18, it's not just about educating the child; it's about building a person. And there's so much more to that than just fucking sitting exams and sitting in school. It's like it's developing a full character.
I mean, the letter I wrote into the school, obviously, where I had to take him out for work, I says, like, exceptional circumstances, it's a working holiday. If we take everyone from the gym away for these photo shoots during school holidays, the flights and everything are through the roof, the costs are through the roof, it makes it a non-viable thing to do for everybody. And like, it's like you have to remember what Castor's actually learning from these experiences. He's mixing with so many different people. I mean, to be fair, Dan, you got him at the good end of the week, because the first 4 days he was full on. Like, it makes it sound like he wasn't like horrific. I've seen kids worse, but like he
pushing boundaries.
He was just kept pinching people's bum.
Pinching Jennifer's bum.
And it was like, he wouldn't take no for an answer, and it was like, by the second half, he was absolutely spot on. But he talks to everybody, and he's learning something, and he's obviously going to the restaurants and stuff like that. He's just...
No, it's a great experience.
He's getting this, I'll tell you what, he's getting to see adults, like, he's getting to see what we do for our jobs, and what we do is obviously give people confidence to be able to do these shoots. Yes, he loves the camera himself now.
He does.
Like peace and pout, fucking whatever. Do you know what I mean? But he gets to see all of that and all these smiley, happy faces and all the rest of it. And imagine, like, I don't know, taking your kid to an office job, like where like everyone's bitching about fucking who gets what holiday, but he gets to see like that where everyone is on a buzz as well.
I think he learns about people and stuff like that as well. I mean, obviously, like, he was like, do they go to the gym? You're old. And like, when he said that, I was like, I'm gonna kill you. But like, and they were like, yeah, I do. And he was like, whoa. Like, he's learning bits,
Yeah.
like things aren't for certain people of certain ages or looks or anything like that. It's like everyone was there, they put some work in, had a good time. Just...
You should never be offended by a question like a child asks, because it's just an opportunity for education. How else do they know and learn things? It's like, yeah, they'll ask things in the most inappropriate ways.
Sometimes you don't ask.
It's just an opportunity to then teach them.
Yeah. I felt like I had to teach him quick. It's like, shut up, Lancaster.
Yeah.
But yeah, he learns a lot. I mean, obviously now it was only the first session, but he wanted to come to the gym. He actually wanted to come to the gym. Like, he had his shorts and his vest ready.
Oh, bless him,
and then
man.
I was putting him to bed and he was like, Mum, where's my gym t-shirt? And I said, you've got your clothes out there? They're all ready for tomorrow. He was like, no, where's my gym t-shirt? Because he's got a barbell club on. It's always been too big. It does fit him a bit better now. And he actually did everything that he was told.
Brilliant.
And he was buzzing his chops off.
Because we're I'm up early on the Sunday as well. Just every fucking day.
The thing is, I think just
we
seeing...
just came down, ran through the door, t-shirt on, ready for it.
I think
He
just
says
like
he's going next week as well. He was like,
Yeah.
I was like, you going to the gym on Sunday? Yeah. I'm going Monday night with my dad. I was like, are you? Your dad, no.
It's like seeing your parents work is such a massive thing. Because like, how many kids ever get a chance to see their parents work, in the sense of like, they'll go to school, they'll go to an office job. But like, God, I spend so much time like working with dad as a kid. It's just good to see them work, to see what goes into it, like to see what you're doing, and like the fact these are constantly grafting and grinding. It's like, to be actually able to see that gives you such a positive lesson in life of like what you need to be doing. If you just see your parents just go off and work, you don't know what they're doing. You're not actually seeing them work or do anything.
Yeah, I mean, I always say I've gotten definitely my work ethic from my dad, of where he'll work just any overtime chucked at him, and that even led to me, like, even early, whatever, 20s, late teens, like if there was overtime on at work and they're like, time and a half, double time, I'm like, boom, okay, sound, I'm there, like of course I'm going to work for it. There's money on the table.
It's important, isn't it?
And I think
Well,
that's
considering how much that's changed now. Fucking
Yeah.
work ethic's just not there. It's like, I want more money. Right, okay, well, I can do this and this hours. Nah, I didn't want to do more hours, I just want more money. And it's like, fucking hell, man.
There's been a big problem created. Obviously, that's been backed up now with the data as well. Obviously, everyone's seen the trends for as long. I mean, I say it all the time, because obviously across my 4 classes, I train a massive variety of people, massive variety of industries. But for this year, the conversation's been the same in every single class, almost every day. People having the same problems. Can't get staff, can't get people to turn to work, can't get people who want to work, can't keep people happy in work, and it's just repeat. And I mean, what is it? Is it 1 million or 2 million 16 to 24 year olds currently outside of work, education, or anything else, just not doing anything? And it's like, it's only going to get worse.
Do you think this is through COVID, where everyone just got paid for now?
I think COVID's an easy answer. I think it's an easy excuse for it. I think
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, they, at that moment in time of where they were growing up, maybe it's 14, 15, whatever, and all I've seen is everyone just sitting drinking for like 5 months straight.
I think that was a snapshot. That was a snapshot in time. The problem started well
if
before
you think
that.
of the ages, like I say, like a 24-year-old, I mean, was it 5 years since COVID now? 24-year-old would have been 19. 6. A 24-year-old would have been 18. A 14-year-old would have been, what, 9? It's, I think it's too easy to blame COVID. I think there's far deeper social elements that are affecting it.
I mean, obviously, it's the whole benefit system. It's even the job centre. Like, when I had the warehouse, and I used to go in, and there was people coming for interviews, and at the end of the day, right, bear in mind we did a 4-on 4-off shift pattern, and there were certain jobs that only lasted 4 hours. So it was like picking on a morning had to be done between 6 and 10, because fucking they were coming to pick that stuff up. So it was 16 hours that they were getting, and people at the job centre were telling the people who were applying for the job, you'd be better off on the dole, because they're only paying 16 hours. Why work 16 hours when you can get paid 16 hours for doing fuck all?
I can't remember what the percentage is, but it's something like the percentage of Tesco employees who only work 16-hour weeks, because they then get the top up is massive, like almost their entire staff base. I can't remember what the percentage was, is made up of people working these shorter hours, because like I say, they then get topped up with all the things. If you work less than 16 hours, so again, it's promoting a massive problem. Also, the fact that skilled and difficult labour has been caught up with like lower wages. So it's like, why would anybody, even if you had a decent 16 to 20-year-old who was quite good, why would you want to get them in when you've got to pay them almost an adult's wage now? Is it £13 an hour you've got to pay somebody over? Is it 21? I'm not sure exactly. But say if you can get someone who's 30 with a lot of experience and all that sort of things in to do the same job and you have to pay them the same money, you're not going to employ the younger person. So that hasn't helped. There was a huge thing where, yes, they were getting low paid jobs, but they were getting low paid jobs to sort of make up the gap in experience. Yeah. That's now been entirely removed, which means they aren't getting paid more, which was the intention. It just means they aren't getting the opportunities. And then you've got the fact of people who are doing like harder or more skilled jobs, maybe getting say £15, £16 an hour, but any job you could literally be doing the easiest or lowest level job possible, you're going to get £13 an hour. Why would anyone want to do these harder or more difficult jobs which perhaps require more responsibility or maybe it's less social hours or other sacrifices and other things? And yes, in the end those jobs might lead to better outcomes in the long term, but you could do your easy job for £13 an hour. It's creating so many problems within the workplace. It's not just as simple as obviously saying, oh, they're lazy and this, that and the other. I do think there's been a huge cultural shift and there's been a huge decline in just standards in general, but there's far deeper problems that are creating this than that.
It's been going on for years, and do you know what it is? It's starting as early as school as well. We've had this conversation with Jake just this week. I was fucking livid when we went to a parents' evening. I think I only went to one at Jake's, or Dexter's was one of them, when they were in...
It was Jake's.
It was Jake's in junior school, and his teacher sat in front of us. She's like, well, he's on for a pass. And it was like, right, okay. And she started going on a little bit more. She's like, as long as he passes, you know, he struggles with this and he might struggle with that, and he's like really intelligent, but he doesn't always apply himself, but as long as he passes, it's like, fucking, as long as he passes. And like, he is being told that and fed that all the way through fucking school. All you have to do is pass.
Yeah. It was even down to his, that was his SATs in junior school, wasn't it?
And it was like, this stupid
as long as he passes,
fucker sitting in front of us saying, as long as he passes. Meanwhile, we're at home saying, like, you don't just want to pass. You want to try and get as good as you possibly can, because he was fucking intelligent. He is intelligent. But he's got no, he had no work ethic at school, and we always thought it's because he's not interested in the subject that he's doing, which I get. Kids aren't going to be interested in every single topic that they learn at school. They don't have to be. But you shouldn't just aim to pass, and I don't know why in the fucking world you'd tell a child who's like a fucking sponge that all you ever have to do in life is aim for just a pass.
So I know exactly why they do it.
Settle for fucking mediocrity.
Because they said they did the exact same with me. We set a lot of our GCSEs were sat in year 10, so going into year 11, things like maths, English would already pass them. Now I want to do engineering, so I want to go and do the higher paper. And they said, we don't want you to go and sit the higher paper because we think there's a high chance that you won't pass. In a sense, you had to get a B or something to pass. Yeah. And the reason they don't want that is because they don't want that mark of failure. They want people to pass, so they'd rather aim low, you'll get the pass. Don't aim high because you'll get the fail, and that'll look bad on us. There was no interest in what was good for the child, or the fact that you might. What if you pass? Yeah. It was all, what if you fail? That looks bad on us because it's going to make our exam scores go down, and that's what it was all about. Same with the career advice, though. I remember sitting there like in a class. I mean, bear in mind you've got a teacher. It's not the best paying job in the world. People could argue that they should be paid more, this, that, and the other. But it's not a super career by any stretch of the imagination. If you've been to university and you've studied, say, maths or science, it's arguably the lowest level you could actually operate in within your field. If you're a scientist, the lowest level you can operate in with that field is teaching fucking school science. Yeah. Sorry, but it's true. Like, it's not, you're not a superstar, but there was always the arrogance of, like, they'd sit down to me, you don't stick in, you'll end up on a building site or something. What, you mean like my dad? Like my dad who makes more per year than you. But you're going to sit there and like put people like that down. Why? Why are you, kids who aren't necessarily academic, kids who might be more practical, might have a different skill set or a different brain, you're going to put them down and diminish these other careers that are perfectly viable, successful careers, just because it doesn't fit with the educational ecosystem that you've spent your entire life in by going school, college, uni, back to school. And it's the whole culture, the way we try to get people into work, the way we look at things as a whole, And now it's come to fruition because all of these kids that were told to go to university, that were told to avoid these lesser jobs such as getting a trade or working in a factory, now don't have a job. They've left university and they don't have a career. The job opportunities aren't there because it's a saturated market, because we sent everybody to university, and who's getting paid more than ever? Builders, bricklayers.
I was going to say, at the same time, they don't have the work ethic to go and work in a factory or on a building site.
And it's
like the shagged either way, because they've got no work ethic. They wouldn't last fucking 2 minutes in a factory. Do you know what I mean? We see it and we say it all the time. You wouldn't last fucking 2 seconds in a factory. You couldn't handle the
factory
shifts.
labouring.
You couldn't handle the labour. Like, and then, but at the same time, they're like, I don't want to be a builder, because they've been taught that they should be doing something different.
Like, I've probably been working physical jobs since I was 12-year-old, younger. It's like, how are you going to get someone at 24 who's never done a day's work in their life? They've just literally went from nursery school, secondary school, A-levels, university. Now at 24, they're trying to get their first ever job, having never worked. You're not going to be able. You're going to find it hard, because work is hard, and unless you're conditioned to it, it's going to be hard. It's like I'm going to go for a run, and your first ever run, you're going to go and try and do a half marathon. You're fucking not. They don't have the tolerance.
Paul Mort said something the other week about, I think it was on a podcast, but he said about like how he likes to employ people who's like worked in a factory, worked on sites, whatever else. He wants that because when they come to work for him, they think it's easy.
Of course.
But he said if anybody hasn't done that anything before and they come to work, they're going to think it's hard. And I think that relates back to like maybe young coaches as well. It's like, so Josh had a stressful job. Do you know what I mean? Like dealing with like what was he?
Mortgage advisor, wasn't he?
Mortgage, like financials.
Yeah, financial advisor. So it's like he's went from like dealing with people in big numbers and blah 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 blah. Then he's come here and it's like, oh, this is fucking cushy. This. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And like you've come from a grafting background.
I've got a job. I do not work for a living.
Yeah.
I've worked for a living. I don't currently work for a living. It's not work. To me, work is a physically difficult thing.
Yeah.
It's like I can't call what I currently do as work. I can't call that work. And it's like how many people across the site now have never actually done 1 day's work in their life. Like an actual day's work of like, right, you come and I want you to labour and do a physical day's work, and just to do it. Just to do it and to tell me how you feel at 5 o'clock. If you go back, most people would have done it at some point in their life. Pretty much everyone have had to do some sort of physical work and shift. It doesn't happen anymore. People don't even know people don't actually know what hard work is. They wouldn't believe you. I honestly think if you took the average person who just never did anything and said this is what we actually do every single day, I don't think they'd believe you. I think that they'd think you were taking the piss out of them, or like telling them, like trying to make it out to be much harder than it was.
Yeah.
You know, like I think if you give them a shovel and fucking 3 or 4 ton bags of things and said you've got to do this and you've got to do this, like they would honestly.
And you've got to do that from 8 till 5 today.
It's mental.
We'll get you a Greg's pasty though.
It's always the attitude though. Like honestly, I mean, it's getting worse. Like, people aren't comfortable without things, in a sense of like if someone's worked on the house, they want it done. The fact that whether they can afford it or not's irrelevant these days, that they just want it done, so they'll take out debt. But the way they're going about pricing and stuff like that, and it's like, I'll sit there working from home at a desk ticking the mouse, making probably a relatively good wage, and then they'll twist about you paying like someone who's working for you maybe it's £20 an hour to literally break their fucking back. It's like, come and do 1 hour and tell me if you feel like £20 a justifiable fucking thing for what you've just had to do to your body when your knees are knacking, your back's knacking, you need knee and hip replacements in 20 years' time. People just don't have a clue.
Labouring, grafting, like, I hope I never have to go. I haven't done like outdoor grafting, but I was stuck to a fucking factory line, like fucking hell, 13 hours straight sometimes, and it's boom, one fucking hard on your like your fingers like will crush. Like I'd hate to think of the calories what you were burning in that day. Do you ever see the guy? He's a bit of a comedian. He does the reels and he's like, "All right, mate," and then talks about
Go and run to the toilet.
Oh yeah. Wait, I was going to say leave the microphone here.
I'm leaving the microphone here, I thought.
That guy's like, all right, mate, like, and like, oh, so you're moving to Dubai? Oh yeah, but then he takes the piss. So he's like a bit of a comedian, sketch guy. So he did one on phoning up a Chinese takeaway, how you would talk to pricing a job up.
I seen one in there. I seen one where they were getting a bacon sandwich. I did like the same sketch.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Because he was like, like this, and this, and he was going, oh, well, I've seen you down the road and do it for 30 quid. And like, can you do anything on the price? Blah blah blah. And it's like, and then go, but can you get it to his by this time and all the rest of it? Like, I want it done by this time. And it's like, can you throw in this? If I heat the oil up for you and I do this bit and this bit and this bit, can you knock the price down for us?
It's bad for like.
And it's so right, because it's like, at the end of the day, skilled people, fucking they deserve the bastard money.
Like it is. It's like, say like, I mean, I think we I think say £200 a day per man or whatever, which is like 160 quid for the person, and then say 40 quid for us on top of that. That works out like £20 an hour.
Yeah.
It's like a day's thing. But then it's like, oh, you only here 6 hours. It's like, fucking, it's like, what would you rather have shoveled slower? Like, you can only, like, a lot of the time with jobs, you can only do stuff in phases.
Yeah.
So it's like, once a phase is done, you're not going to like start the next phase, because you can't just like leave it. It's not like sitting, but like I say, how many people in an office, if you actually accumulated the hours of their 8-hour day that they're physically working, doing something, I bet it's fucking small in a lot of jobs. Like, I guess you'll have busy spells, but I bet there's an awful lot of jobs where there's so much time just sitting, tapping your fucking fingers, like nothing to do, but they're going to sit there and complain because the builder's left an hour earlier than a fucking 8-hour shift.
Do you know what do you do like, does your dad do day rates? Or is it not job price?
No, we'll do day rates on some jobs, because some jobs you can't price. You can't like know how it's going to go. Because we do day rates.
I prefer when people just say this is the price for the job.
I mean, we always would prefer to do price work,
because like I know that feeling. I think it was when we had plasterers in, and it was like a day rate, but I was paying 3 plasterers, all on a day rate each.
Aye.
And then when it was coming to the end of the week, like one of them was just like sitting around. It's like you're sitting there and you could, well, yeah, actually not doing now, but I've paid you.
Yeah, it's always a weird one, because it's like you're not really paying them.
Yeah,
you're topping up the main guys' wage to what they probably should be getting. Yeah. But like plastering's a weird one, because it's like, see, you do them 2 walls, you can't do them 2 walls until them 2 walls are off. So you're always like, unless you do multiple rooms where you can do like 2 and 2, 2 and 2, you can't then get on the next one that's fucking dried. But then it's also like, if you've been like, that guy who's sitting there is there for when he's emptied his bucket, to clean his bucket, to mix his gate, to do all that.
Yeah.
Because really, the guy who's just spent 2 or 3 hours skimming a wall doesn't want to have to then clean his own bucket and mix the gear. They ain't ready to go. He wants to go and have a cup of coffee, or like have a rest. So it's understanding the processes. And yes, people definitely do take the piss, and I totally get it, because I get frustrated when people do work. Everyone does, but I think a lot of the time people don't see processes, like they don't understand the process of why it's being done that way.
It's a lack of understanding of the process.
It just seems like you're not doing something. It's like, you fucking hell, why aren't you doing that? You can't do that until you've done that, and it's like, it's always it's a weird.
It's like you make a snap judgment on something because of what you actually observe with your eyes, and frustrations always come from a lack of understanding. It's
I do agree.
It's like with everything, people don't understand something, so they get frustrated at it. It's like fucking if you're watching someone building a house and then they do something and then they leave, and you're like, what have they left for? Like, what the fuck, where have they gone? Like, why aren't they doing something else? And it's like, wait, because we can't for whatever reason, and it's like fair dues.
And it's like what's the point of anyone like just fucking about? But it's like, but them 2 hours that they've left, they've probably gone to order gear for the next day, or they're sorting the van out, which takes a fucking amount of time. If you're like doing different jobs, you'll have your van kitted out to do one thing, and you take all that shit out, get all the shit you need for something else, and put it in. It's like, it's all time that the customer would never see.
And I think what you've got to remember is, at the end of the day, why would when you said there, why would anyone fuck about? most of these people who do these kinds of jobs are self-employed, or they've got like a very small business to run anyway. Why the fuck would they want to fuck about? The quicker they get a job done, the quicker they're on the next job, the more money they're going to make.
Definitely, it's like,
I can bring this back to fitness. Coaching, people only see, well, you're only shouting at them.
Aye.
For that 1 hour.
Yeah.
And it's everything behind it of building out the app for the mail guidance and the amount of hours messaging forwards in the background, booking those appointments in, making sure everything's set up.
Well, you'd see even the coaching staff with us, like fucking you had a conversation with Ben and it was always like, wait, fucking, like, what he is doing? What he is doing today? Like, he's scanning anywhere, he's doing anything? It's like, right back to the office to work. And then it's like, wait, like they just see the number of people coming in, how much those people pay a month, and they see us doing what we do, but they don't see all the background work and they don't see all the fucking bills and the costs. So they just think, oh, we just fucking, you just day fuck all and you're sitting on a pile of cash. And it's like
it's the same with builders though, isn't it?
The one that annoys me is like people think because you have time during the day, everyone just assumes that like, but you only do a fucking couple hours in the morning, you've got like your full day free, but it's like, hold on. So you'll get there, I'll get there at the gym most of the time about 5 o'clock. I like to have me coffee, I like to do any bits and bobs I need to do for the day before I start coaching. So I'll be at the gym from say 5 till probably 9:30 because I'll train after my sessions. So that's at 5, 6, 7, that's 4 hours. On a night I'll be there from 4, because normally I'll have one-to-ones at 4:30 and I'll be there late. There's a fucking 8 hour day.
Yeah.
You see, like, but just because the fact that there's time during the day, which fucking hell doesn't take long to fill. I've still worked 8 hours in a day.
Yeah.
But people think you're doing that because, like, they forget that when they're lying in bed till 8 o'clock, you've been actually at work for 3 hours before that, and when they're finishing work at 5 o'clock, you're at work for 3 hours after that.
Yeah.
But everyone just thinks you've got loads of time in the day. It's like, I've worked 8 hours either side of the middle of the day.
Then even during the day, you're messaging people.
Oh, you're non-stop during the day.
Yeah.
And it's like the least, like, not many jobs would have you like actually physically at work doing something. Because when you're coaching, it's not like sitting at a desk or doing a job or like working where you have gaps. That full hour, you're not stopped for that full hour. Mm-hmm. So if you do 3 hours of coaching, that's 3 hours where every minute of that hour, you've actually been doing something. Not many jobs are that full on.
I mean, Josh is doing 4 straight hours now, isn't he? 4 straight hours of coaching, and that's 4 straight hours of 8 people in a session per thingy. Like, and he decide where we introduced the 11 o'clock session now. He's took that 10 to 11 gap.
Yeah.
He decided, like I said, do you want it at 10 or do you want like at 11? He was good. Oh, we'll go for it with the 11. So he's getting that gap, but 4 hours straight because you're having 120-second conversations with different people and different things, and that, like, I always feel as though when I've coached, like say I've done 3 hours back to back or whatever like that, it feels like what I've done in the past of like a 6 hour role.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like 3 hours of coaching feels like say 6 hours on the laptop.
Aye. Yeah.
And I know, like, the laptop probably doesn't sound like crap, but you know, like for all these people who are home workers who would work that, like that feels like that to me because I feel because you put every ounce of energy into it, and it is tiring, and people who think that it is just that, oh, you're just counting reps. I
think the problem is we associate like working hours with time rather than accumulated time working. Yeah. And there's a massive difference. Like most people would probably in an 8 hour normal day of a job wouldn't do 4 accumulated hours of working because of little gaps and breaks. That is legitimately 4 hours of actual work. That's as much as most people would do in a fucking day.
Well, so if a labourer was to do, say they had an 8 hour day booked in, just say 9 to 5, what physical part, because you couldn't dig for 4 hours straight.
Depends what you're doing.
No, but I'm saying, like,
so I've seen people digging for that amount of time.
I mean, I've seen Trevor.
But
I'm saying, like, they'll proper graph, but they'll be having micro breaks.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, like a coffee or a tab or something.
Yeah, coffee tab, Monster. It's Monsters now, man. So they'll be having that because, like, to be able to go flat out, like, on a demanding job, Jesus Christ.
I doubt there's many people that like, actually do more work in a day.
Yeah.
Not
tough, like.
But even like, I mean, like I said, it's it's not a fucking hard job coaching, but actually like shifting the plates around, there's still like a physical element to it. Like it still tires you out. Like actually just even without our training, just moving the plates, moving the weights, like all the time. Like there's still a physical demanding part to it.
Which when I coach like a full morning, full night, I know my steps that day it'll be like 20,000, and that's without going out for a walk or anything like that. Yeah. And I know it'll be that, and like obviously it's not just steps, it's movement. It is moving the plates about, and obviously you're moving 20 kilo things around, and it like you could, what I always say about grafters, if you just ate a bodybuilding diet, like you'd be lean all the time, nice and lean. If you actually stuck if a coach was on the nutrition, they could just stay nice, lean, strong, healthy, just doing that job.
It's fucking hard. It's hard not to reach for the high calorie foods though when you're like putting that much physical exertion out there. Like it's so hard not to want to fuel the body with just like quick calories.
I wonder how much, because where Dan moved from Durham unit, which was obviously big, wide open space.
I'm stifled so much now.
To like, but to a small studio, it's like, because I do check my step count when I'm at concert. And it is smaller up there because you've got a less space. But I know you will still be constantly moving around.
Like my steps I'm so fucking routine orientated. Like my steps are almost always 20,000.
Yeah.
But that's like, I walk up to the gym, I walk down to the gym, I do my coaching, I walk my dog, the same place, the same times, the same things. I walk back to the gym, I do my coaching, I walk home. So it's like my day is almost always pretty much bang on 20,000, but like I said, that includes walking to the gym and back, which has probably made up the difference, and walking the dog.
Yeah, but like inside, it'll have went down a bit, but
yeah.
But because you've been
I don't have as much pace and space, I've been fucking squished in. There's just not the room to walk.
Yeah,
like when there's six of us and me, it's tight.
Fidget loads.
Yeah, I don't. I'm always moving. I'm always doing my job. I was spotting, I'm moving plates. I'm not time to fidget.
Where I'm coaching Jake in, like Jake, our oldest 17-year-old, he's an apprentice now here. So where he's like on the carnage side with me, doing that session, like one of the things I don't like in being there is I'm not getting as many steps as I normally do because I'm normally pacing up and down, but he's like glued to us, obviously, and I'm having to talk to him and explain things and stuff like that, and then I look and I'm like, I'm only on 3,000 steps here. Like I'm normally on like 4,000 or 5,000 steps like before this one's finished, and it does like, because then I've got to like try and just make it up somehow after that, because then I train after that, so I'm not getting many steps in there, and then I get home and it's like, I used to be like nearly there. Like, do you know what I mean?
It was the time lapse one, man, wasn't it? We did the time lapse for me doing carnage. Like fucking Benny Hill.
Yeah. But that's how I always feel as though that's how it should be. Like you've got to be moving about, you've got to be involved, and it showcases.
I mean, it helps like when you're that way inclined.
Yeah. Anything else?
That was a bit of a whirlwind, wasn't it?
I know.
I've been a bit everywhere.
I hope you've enjoyed that Totally Fitness podcast.
Bit of a social commentary.
It was a social commentary.
Bit social
Should we start in
commentary.
politics?
Ross said no.
No, definitely.
To be
not
fair,
politics.
I saw Ross start going like that when we started talking about like when did it go wrong, COVID. No, it happened long before that, and I saw Ross railing. Do not talk about politics.
There's one. Like just this last 24 hours, I've looked at a little bit of politics, but it's not politics as in
Stop the boats.
No, not stop the boat. Well, no, but people commented that. So it's about the social media ban for under 16s.
Actually, that's a really good thing to touch on. I almost mentioned it before.
But stop the boats, right? So basically, obviously, whoever's in charge, he was like, or maybe I don't know if it was him or it was somebody, a local council guy. By the way, I haven't a clue about politics. My head's buried in the sand and I like it there. It's nice and warm.
You're such a twat.
But so on it, obviously, it announced that it was happening, and then people in the comments, you're going to stop social media, but not stop the boats. And it's like it's a good thing.
You know what it is? I was literally saying, I don't know. it's literally the first fucking positive or good or well-received thing that this government has done since it's come in.
See, that's exactly what I said in Roscoe.
And people are twisting about it. It's like, well, folks, like I'm as much of a critic.
What are you looking for?
Oh, me clacking to rend it.
I've been as much of a critic as anything for this government, but this is actually a really positive thing, and people are still fucking twisting about it. So it's like, at least genuinely, like, this is a really positive step.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
It needs to happen. It's yeah.
And it's like, obviously, there are arguments about it, like saying it's a fucking parents' responsibility and day, and it's like parents aren't fucking parenting when they're giving the kids phones, a 5-year-old, and just saying,
parents
there you
aren't
go.
parenting in general. And this is where they need additional control. I think the YouTube one's a funny one. I'm not sure I agree with that. I think that could be maybe controlled, because I think YouTube's got a lot of benefits.
It does actually have like an age restrictions on there. I don't know how good they are or anything. I don't know anything.
The biggest problem I've noticed with social media in the last probably 6 months to a year is as we know, it's becoming more and more congested. Mm-hmm. And what that's doing is it's forcing people to engage, these influencers, these people who are trying to compete for the attention, in more increasingly extreme behaviours. And the problem is, kids aren't being brought up by the parents anymore. They aren't being shaped by the communities. They are being shaped and influenced by the people they see on social media. Yeah. And the fact that it's been a problem already, but it's now getting increasingly more extreme. And more extreme as it's become so saturated and so competitive. People are doing more and more extreme things to stand out. And it's where does it end? Where does it end? And we can't have kids being brought up by people whose sole objective is to create shock and to create like extreme, it's not normal behaviour, but kids aren't savvy enough or mature enough to recognise that that's not necessarily normal behaviour. Like, they'll watch someone shouting on and behaving in a certain way, which, yes, we might see and think it's they're behaving in that way to get attention, because attention is money, and we recognise that. Kids don't say that. They just think that's how it's okay to behave. And this is we were talking about, like, the decline in sort of standards and in behaviour in general, and this is a huge part of it, because people aren't being shaped by people anymore. They're being shaped by characters. And this is the problem. Its characters aren't a reflection of what these people are like off social media, but they're not seeing them off social media.
Is it like that HST?
Well, yeah, all that sort of stuff.
It's like the Andrew Tate and all the manosphere stuff, and like the bands are all saying the extremes, and it's like Dan's right in what he's saying. Like, when we grew up based on the influences of the people we were with. So it was our parents, it was our aunties, it was uncles, it was cousins, it was our friends, it was our friends' parents. They all not created. What's the right word?
Shaped.
Shaped
us.
Who we are today. And kids who were getting phones at fucking 4, 5 year old. I mean, there's people in Caster's class got them. It's like, what the fuck are you thinking? They're being shaped by complete strangers who hold a completely different moral value to maybe you and your family, but you're not seeing it because they're all right, they're quiet, they're on the phone, they're watching all of these extremes and all of these opinions, and it's frightening. It's frightening to think how much it's shaping them.
Yeah, I totally agree with it all. Like, it should happen.
It'll be interesting to see how it goes. I mean, it's not gonna stop everyone, because there's always going to be an awful lot of parents, probably the parents of the kids who are most at risk of this are also the ones that are most likely to then help them get around it. But even if it can just stop a larger percentage, and I think it gives parents a little bit of strength, because it's hard as the parent when you've got to be the bad person. And you've got the person that says, no, it's me saying you can't be on social media. Yeah. Now they've got someone to fall back on and something to blame. It just gives them a little bit of help, which I think is always good for parents. You can say, like, it's not me, it's illegal. Like, it gives you strength in your argument, and it stops you having to be the bad parent.
Well, I suppose that's like, it stops the social pressure of like, but all my friends have got it, because you're wanting to be that good person who's like good parent of like, I don't want you to be on it, but then it's like that social pressure. Everybody's got to feel left out. It's like, all right, but then if it is the ban in place, then it's like,
Yeah, and it's like drinking.
yeah,
Kids are always going to drink. Kids always have drank,
yeah,
but it's fucking harder. And it's like you can never stop things, but you can make it harder. And yeah, it's only going to help.
It's like there's people, like obviously I was saying yesterday, there's people going on like, oh yes, let's go back to the old days when the kids were kicking balls off a wall, playing Kirby, playing Nicky Knocky Nine Doors and fucking drinking in parks. Bring those times back. Like, they're not all bad kids, and if fucking kids are playing Kirby outside, I mean, you can't play Kirby anywhere, they've all got fucking drop curbs. I'd love to play Kirby now.
it'll stop some of the bullying as well.
It'll stop a lot of the bullying, because that's where most of it happens, because you cannot escape, because it's now on your phone, on the social media. That's when Jake first started having issues.
Yeah.
Was when he got social, and he was fucking
Snapchat.
And he was fucking how what 13?
14, no.
14.
We actually said he wasn't allowed anything till he was 14.
He was 14. And that's when all the shit started.
Straight away.
That's when we saw the change in his attitude as well.
Yeah,
that's when he
straight away.
started being a little arsehole. And it's like, and people are saying like, all the kids are going to be doing that. And it's like, have you not seen all the carry-on down Seaburn and South Shields with like fucking 40, 50 plus teenagers drinking on the beach and kicking 10 bells of shit out of each other? And that's fucking mass gatherings. And that's because it's all arranged on fucking social media groups.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there wouldn't be that volume of people. People would have the normal fucking group of 5, 10 people together doing stuff, whether it's playing Kirby, whether it's going to the fucking park and fucking trying to get a drink, blue bottle of Lamborghini.
PlayStation with each other?
PlayStation, like, do you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
And like one of the questions on one of the kids when they were like, what's your response? Like, what do you feel you're going to do now? Stare at a wall? And it was like, fuck off.
I've seen that, but what I couldn't believe is the amount of adults were commenting. Like I've seen loads of adults commenting. People who've spent the majority of their lives without social media, going like, what on earth are kids actually going to do now? Like, what are they actually going to do if they can't sit on the phone? It's like, how can you not fathom anything else that a kid could do with their time other than fucking sit on social media? Like, play, draw, go outside. I can't understand how you can possibly not think of anything else to do with your time other than fucking sit and doom scroll. Mental.
It's like Castro was talking about, some of his friends have got TikTok. They'll play on TikTok or they'll do stuff. And it's like Castro will play the PlayStation with us and he's got his game. He likes playing fucking spelling shed and fucking math soups, times table rock stars, but he started like, he gets his art set out and he sits in his drawers, and then he's made a game the other day, didn't he? He roped us in. I mean, we're like, oh, we've been running about like fucking idiots. Do we really have to play this game? And like, he's like made a chart, and he's got different shapes on these pieces of paper. So he's made us cut them pieces of paper into squares and drew shapes and that on. And then he hides them around the house. And he's like, you've got to tick them off as we find them and fucking shout bingo. I won all games.
It's it makes them grow up quicker. Like I'll go out and see my niece on a Wednesday night, and like she'll always be crafting or playing. In the last couple of weeks, I've gone down just sitting upstairs on her iPad, fucking FaceTiming a friend playing Roblox, and like, all right, I'll just play by myself. And you're like, I don't like not forever. It only has it for like a small amount of time. It is control, but I just think, it just makes them grow up so quick. It's like, I want to play with you.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to fucking sit in a fucking iPad and dress up a bloody mannequin. And it's like. It's just like, it just makes them grow up too quick.
Dexter doesn't even have it, does he? And like at the holiday we went to last year, like he just wanted to sit and just watch like Netflix in the room.
Because like Dexter doesn't have Dexter's got a phone, but he doesn't have social media. But he's got Netflix, and he wanted to sit and watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine in the hotel room.
Like, you're on holiday, man. It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, that's our political stance. On my only one.
It's the only political thing you'll even engage in. Because I literally said exactly the same as you. If it's the only fucking good thing Keir Starmer's done, and like Dex turned around and said, "What's he done that's so bad?" And I was like, "Don't get us started." And he was like, "Din it." He was like, "Nah."
Yeah. It's time consuming for all the wrong reasons.
I agree in the sense of like the amount of people that I hear twisting about politics every day, and they'll put all this time and energy in all these opinions, but they won't walk 10,000 steps. They won't control their own calorie intake to stop themselves being overweight and developing health problems down the line, which is going to have far more of an effect on their life than anything that any politician does. They won't cut the alcohol out. They won't stop smoking. They won't do all of these things. They won't dedicate the same amount of time to getting into work early and trying to do a really good job, but they're willing to expend all this time and energy being so politically informed, but they won't actually do anything proactive to affect their own life. And everybody I know that just cracks on and actually focuses on themselves and what they need to do out a day will weather any political storm that ever comes, whichever way it goes.
Oh, Sarah.
Oh, I knew you were going to say that about you. I knew. No, because that's always the conversation we have. Like, I don't invest a lot of time and energy into politics, but I have got my opinions. And I'll always tell my opinions to Ross until he tells us to just shut up because he's not interested. But like Ross is always saying, like, at the end of the day, the only thing you can do, because whatever political power gets in, they've got their own agendas and all the rest of it. We've just got to do what we need to do to make what we do work.
Yeah. So
and that's all you can do. That's all you can focus on. You can't focus on, like, what difference is it going to make if you're sitting in the house going, fucking name.
It is true, though. In a sense, like, the government could come on to say, right, we're changing this tax on business. As a business owner, you can spend all the fucking time in the world twisting about to anyone that listens. Or you can find a way to work around it because it's not going to change.
Yeah.
It's not going to change because you don't like it. So all you can ever do is navigate your way around the obstacles that are put in front of you. Mm-hmm. You can't just be fucking out there looking at everything.
Yeah.
I mean, they are fucking clowns like it does backwards.
Right, I am ending it there. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. This has been The Political Show. Bye.
It wasn't even political. Not
I feel
really.
we did quite a good job of avoiding the political traps.
We did. See you, bye.
Bye.
Bye.